Hi class, today we are going to work on faces, and I have 4 faces that we are going to go over. First thing, make sure before you start drawing your faces to test your paper. I did, and I mark this side that is incorrect. You mark it with an X. Make sure that the one that doesn't look grainy, this doesn't look grainy compared to the other side. Let me show you. Let me just go. So this, when you do the marker on this side, and then do the marker on this side, let me show you here. That looks a little bit grainy compared to this one that is smooth. So that's the correct side of the paper. Then proceed to do the heads. I want you to just practice some heads. Then you're going to just render the heads with the body in color. So let's start with the first face. Okay. Make sure that you erase any extra markings you have. We don't need all those extra markings that we all do when we are drawing our croquis. So let me just erase them. Also remember to either put the paper that you had drawn before with marker paper, or put another paper underneath, like I am putting another paper, because you know that the marker will go seep through and you're going to have markings all over. Or use, like I said, the one that you used before over and over until you see that it's too much saturated. Then you start a new one. Then now we're going to go over with pigment liners. For the outside of the face, we are going to use a 0.5, and then for details of the inside, we could use a 0.003 or a 0.1 that is very small, 0.1. If you have 0.005, like I do, 0.005, you could use that. Just be careful with these very, very small points, because you could see on this one, I lent it to someone, I don't know if you could see it, they press it on the point. Let me see if you could see now. Yes, you could see now. The point got all messed up, so they bend. So that means it's usually damaged. Okay, so just be careful. So we start with the same one that we did the body, and I'm just going to outline the outside of the face. Okay. So I'm going to go over the outside of the face, and you know that I like to leave a little bit open someplace. I'm going to just place the ears, maybe a little bit longer. And I am barely touching with this, barely touching. Okay. Now I'm going to do the inside of the face with a smaller pigment liner. Let me just do you have a 0.03. Let's use the 0.03. Let me just move this a little bit. Let's see if I can move it here so I could see better. Okay, so I'm going to start. I like to start always with the eyes, and I'm going to just continue. I'm going to move this a little bit because it's easier for me. I always move things a little bit. Okay. Now I'll start with the eyes. Remember, the outside right here of the eye, or actually the inside of the eye, is going to be lower than the outside. Inside lower, outside little bit higher. So I'm going to just do lightly, and this is much smaller. You'll see the point. And I am not going to close this completely. See that I'm leaving this open? Leave that open. Then I'll go over the eye. And just go ahead. We'll leave a little bit of it white. We are going to use the gel pen later on, but still, it's up to you. You could do a little bit of the eyelid, just a little bit. Let's go to the other eye, and I'm going to just move this a little bit because it's easier for me. Let me see if you could see it. Yes, you can see it, and then I'll move it back. I'll leave this a little bit open. I just go and curve it slightly and then leave it open. Anyhow, we are going to just fill this in later on with the white gel. So white gel pen. And just do here and here. Okay. Let's see if this needs to come a little bit. Could just do a couple of adjustments. Okay. Let's do the nose and the lips, and then we'll go to the eyebrows. So I'm going to go here slightly, and it's just in here. I'm not going to go all the way and do a line. I'll do that with the marker. Just do slightly here, just slightly there. Let's do the lips. Okay, so now we have most of the face. Let's go ahead and we'll do the eyebrows. Okay, to do the eyebrows, I have the shape that I want first, and I am going to just start doing hairs right here. I don't know if you could see it. I'll do hairs, and then it gets thicker with the hairs until it thins out. So I'm going to just do the hairs, and then it will get thicker. We could even fill it in a little bit. You could all, fill it in completely if that's what you want. Let me just put a few more hairs here so it matches here, and that's fine. Let's do the other one. And then as I start straight, I am going to just go sideways, the same way that the hair on the eyebrows grows. Then I'll go to the corner and fill it in. And remember, they are not going to be perfect unless they are going to be done digitally, but they should be as close to each other as possible. And this is so tiny, as you see. It's okay. I fill this in more so they will look the same, Okay. Make sure that you let this dry a few minutes before we start with the markers. And make sure to close your pigment liner. Okay, let's see. I'm going to move it back. Okay, after we have waited and make sure that the pigment liner is dry, we could proceed to clean up the face and check what we have. So what I do, let's start here and start cleaning up. Okay, I may even want to see, I see that I may even want to put a little marking here on the nostril. Maybe a little here, maybe just slightly, very small. Maybe in one, maybe in two, it's up to you. I usually do one. And then I'm going to proceed to continue erasing. I'm going to leave the hair for last. So I'm going to erase here. See what I see. If I have to correct something, this is the time that I will correct it before I'll go into rendering with full color.